All right, so yesterday I'm at a Houston Rockets game and I'm sitting courtside. I'm under the basket, but still courtside in these oversized, like lazy boy recliners. And I'm watching the action and I noticed the Rockets have three female players. They're wearing these, like, tennis skirt things. They're pretty fucking sexy, but they're good too, right? And the officials, they're women as well. And I remember on a timeout, I walked onto the court and I was telling the official how much I was enjoying this co ed basketball, right? Way better than the regular NBA or even the WNBA. And all they did was fucking yell at me and tell me to get back in my fucking seat, right? So I did, and I'm sitting there watching the game, and fucking Brad Pitt and Billy Bob Thornton walk up and sit in the lazy boys next to me, and they've got plates of food. And I remember looking at Brad's plate, and they had these luscious scrambled eggs with chives on it and this thick cut fucking breakfast sausage. I was like, oh, I want some of that. And right, Brad Pitt offers me his plate. He said, you can have mine. I'm like, I'd rather have my own. And Billy Bob's like, why don't you just go back there? They're not checking credentials. Go get your own plate. And I'm like, really? He's like, yeah. I'm like, all right, I'm going to do that. So I get up and I go out of the arena into this VIP area. And they didn't check my credential. I go in there and there's two sections, a savory side and a sweet side with cakes and shit like that. And I wanted savory. So I go over there and as I walk in, there's a buffet, right? And there's these peeled hard-boiled eggs. They're kind of slimy, right? And there's a guy standing there and grabbing the eggs and putting them in his palm and squeezing, right? And they're popping out of his hand and back into the egg bin. And he kept doing that with these things. And I thought that was fucking odd. That's why I'm mentioning it. But I naturally decided I'm not going to eat those fucking things. So I'm looking around for other stuff and everything was pretty much picked over. So I was just milling around, right? Just kind of honored to be back there in this VIP section. I see a guy sitting on the fucking floor, a fat dude, right? Leaned up against a chair. And I walk over there and it's fucking Violent J from Insane Clown Posse, right? And he's over there fucking drunk as fuck. And he's mumbling shit about the juggalos, like, oh, the juggalos are so stupid. They fucking hang on my every word. I could spray these assholes with Fago and get them all sticky and shit. They love me for it. I bet I could get them to kill their families and fucking morons. And I'm like, dude, these are your fans. They made you who you are. Why would you talk about them like that, right? And he fucking looks up at me, right, with the stupid fucking paint, and he's like, who the fuck are you? I go, I'm just a guy looking for a snack. Carry on, right? And I leave. I decide I'm going to go check out the sweet side, right? And I walk over there, and I'm looking at the pies and cakes and shit, and fucking Quentin Tarantino walks up to me, and he's like, hey, I need you to do me a favor. I go, what? Anything. He goes, can you get me one of those voodoo donuts? I'm like, yeah. And I look over and there you have voodoo doll shaped donuts with different colors of frosting. So I walk over there and I'm like, yeah, I'm going to have one too, right? So I get a yellow one for me and I get a blue one for Quentin. He's gone. I just put him on my plate and decide I'm going to go back courtside, right? So I take my donuts back into the arena and I notice all the fucking courtside seats are now taken up by children. It's like, the fuck is this? So I walk over to the other side where I originally was and I find one seat left. So I sit down and there's this kid next to me and he's looking at me and he goes, sir, I'm sorry, am I sitting in your seat? Would you like to have it back? And I'm like, you know what? Thanks for acknowledging, but no, don't be silly. You can have the seat. I said, what's going on here? He goes, our schools are about to have a scream off. He goes, would you help us win the scream off? I'm like, you better believe I will. I said, if it bleeds, it leads, right? He's like, what does that mean? I said, I don't know. It's a news term, but it's a cool thing to say to another school when you're about to kick their ass on a scream off, right? And he's like, can I use that? I said, yeah, tell your fucking teachers, right? Next thing I know, the cheerleaders are holding up signs for the school. Well, I guess it's the school for our side because they all get up and start screaming. So I get up, right? And I don't know what happened to my fucking donuts, but that screaming was the last thing I remember before I woke up.